So, how do you want to do this? Do you, yeah, just say what you want to do, and if I
Yes.
need to shut up, or just tell me.
Oh no, like you'll just be in my ear. It's all good. So, as I was introduced, I'm Riker, and we're making butternut blue cheese brown rice bowl. It's a mouthful in a good way. Yeah, and let's just like look over the ingredients. I would say, in case there's somebody here who's actually into cooking this alongside, we have the brown rice. We don't need that much. We've got some butternut. And in South Africa, we have this amazing prepackaged stuff. I don't think you can get that in Europe. So I don't have to do all the chopping by myself. And some coconut milk. I have a little bit of veggie mince. That's like a random one. I think anything you have, or if you like meat and you want to use real mince, it's probably fine. And I'm going to also throw in some carrots and a potato and spices and things, but these are the main ingredients. So the first thing I have to do is actually do the rice, because that's going to take the longest. So let me just get started with that.
Did you see the discussion on Twitter about how to cook rice?
No, I did not. Is that wrong? Wait, oh no.
Apparently, there's a lot of different cultures, a lot of different ways to cook rice. Super interesting.
Okay.
So let's see how you're doing it.
Some water actually, so I'm gonna. That's I should have done beforehand. But yeah, I'm just doing what the instructions are saying, really. And that says 1 cup of rice with 3 cups of water, and because it's brown rice, it takes a little longer. And then I just put a little salt in there. Is it like how to make tea badly when you put the milk first? When my boyfriend found out that I'm sometimes putting the milk first, and now it was a go there. I'm also kind of actually wouldn't mind if the amazing music kept playing. It was actually quite a vibe.
Yeah, I was dancing to it on my seat, actually.
Yeah. So there's actually a whole lot of people watching. I hope, at least they said they were going to watch. I don't know if I can rely on them, but I'll just find out later. Because I told my family and I told my students.
Oh.
And my students asked if I'm going to be more of a Gordon Ramsay or Jamie Oliver. And come over here, follow me, let's chop some onion. And I think people who know me, they know that I've definitely been Ramsay in the past. But, you grow with age, new time. And so I'm hoping to evolve into Jamie Oliver by the end of this. Let's see. But they were also, I said, if somebody like in the comments is going to criticize my chopping style, I'm probably going to turn a little bit into a Ramsay.
So stream, be aware. If you want to have more of a Ramsay, then just, comment on the chopping.
Yeah.
I mean, there's this... I guess.
Yeah, but they also, if they're clever and they're anonymous, then they might dare and see what happens. But they're scared that I'm gonna mess up with their grades. So I'm gonna actually, why not try the Jamie Oliver method? And first step towards and do this, where you don't cut it all the way through, so that stuff sticks together more.
That's some nice chopping.
It's okay. Also, it was kind of strange for me to have to write a recipe, because usually I wing things and I just make a lot of food with, whatever I have in the house. And
yeah, that's good.
Just, stay creative.
I think I wrote one recipe at some point. I wrote it down, and it was really challenging because you have to think about all the stuff that you're actually putting into it, right? And then the right amount.
Yeah, like broth. Like I never know the right amount of broth or salt. Like it's probably you do you. Like I like a lot of broth in my things. It's kind of like you just don't keep counting, you just keep adding.
I remember, so my mom is from Indonesia, and she had this little cookbook that said, that just said the ingredients, but not the amount. So it was actually, you had to just taste it and just do it on feelings instead of having the certain amount. So that's how I cook, basically.
Yeah, that's good. I mean, like, I think that's really how cooking works. That you just feel it out, and yeah. Let me just think though, because thinking and doing things at the same time is not my strong suit. Multitasking. Definitely gonna. Yeah. Well, I'm just like I'm cooking and I'm narrating myself cooking.
What's that? What you're having?
Oh yeah, actually, good point. I should be introducing stuff. This is also another fantastic invention that I've only encountered. We might have that over there, but this is garlic. So instead of chopping garlic, you just buy this massive, almost 300-gram jar, and then you just eat 5 times the amount of garlic that you would normally eat, and it's glorious. That's also kind of, I think, an optional kind of a dish. But yeah, you see, like, I think I go through that in like a month, probably. Go through a jar of this kind of garlic. That's bad, isn't it? But now that we're all, working from home or living at work, however you want to take it, no one's going to smell me, so it's all going to be okay.
Yeah. So how much of garlic did you put in there?
If you look with the camera into the pan, I think that it's at least 3 garlic cloves, I think, or like 3 to 5. I think any normal recipe usually has like something up to 1 to 3 or something in there, but if you let me.
So garlic. What did you use? Did you use oil or olive oil or butter? Yes. Or
using some olive oil that's frying in. Thank you for helping me remember to walk through the steps. If there's somebody at home, they are probably lost. But yeah, it's the classic. I basically start everything I cook with oil and garlic and onions. Maybe butter or sunflower seed oil or something like that, depending on what I feel like or how hot I need to fry something. But yeah, actually, I think it's a good time to start chopping up some more stuff.
How's the rice going?
The rice is not quite boiling yet. It's slowly getting there. I put enough in there. Oh, also, genius that I am. Last week for meal prep, when I made, enough for 2 people to eat for a week or a little bit more, guess what I made?
I don't know.
The exact same thing. So now we haven't finished it yet. Actually, let me show you how much we still have left.
Oh wow!
It's a lot. It's half this massive box. There's probably like 4 more meals in there. So I think I have to bring this to somebody who's willing to take food from us in times of corona.
Maybe your students.
Yeah. Would my students want my butternut blue cheese brown rice bowl? It's actually also a game saying that.
Oh, they should. I mean, we're cooking it now, right? Cool.
Yeah.
Nice. So, and they can actually taste it, so that will be great.
Yes, exactly. So when Shailesh was cooking, did somebody make the dish alongside?
Yes, someone did. Ooh. Someone showed pictures on Twitter. That was really good. So yeah, looked delicious.
Awesome. That's really good.
At the moment, Riker.
Sorry?
Where are you at the moment?
In the world.
Yeah, where in the world?
I am in Johannesburg, South Africa, where we have winter.
Very
cold. Yeah. Well, it's supposed to be almost over, but it's so like it's weird here. It's very different to most of Europe and Scandinavia and stuff who have like 10 to 15 degrees day-night difference. So it's like it gets up to 20 degrees during lunch, and then at night we're like 4 degrees right now, something like that. And it's a shock, and then at night you're freezing your butt off. I need to set a timer for this. Let's see if Google's going to be nice to me today. Hey Google, please set a timer for 35 minutes.
Sure, 35 minutes.
Yes.
And that's starting now.
And he's not my best friend. Sometimes he just ignores me. Yeah, I feel like I can't really narrate what I'm doing with changing the settings on the stove. It's like adjust according to what you see. I hope you know what you're doing.
So are you cooking on induction or gas, or no, that's not gas, but like what are you cooking on?
The regular stove kind, the not fancy or not nice, the just, is there a name for it?
Electric?
Electric stove, regular electric stove. Yeah. Yeah, so you gotta be careful not letting things get too hot. And then I'm basically trying to get these onions a little bit brown. And then I'm gonna throw the mince in there. Yeah, let's chop some stuff. When I saw Shailesh's cooking show and saw that he had pre-chopped everything, I was like, oh, maybe I have to do that too. But then I feel like, what am I going to do during the stream? I'm just going to be pouring things.
Yeah, I really love, with cooking, I really love the chopping things. Like the garlic, I really love to chop garlic for some reason.
I do too, I miss it.
But you can still do it, right? Chop garlic, or is that just not a thing?
No, you can. You can buy regular, but I just got used to getting this pre-cut stuff. Like, it's a luxurious life here in South Africa. People cut everything for you beforehand. It's very nice. Have you cooked a butternut before?
No.
It's like a national vegetable, I would say. You find it everywhere at all times of the year and in all kinds of dishes. And it's so nice and sweet. I'm not sure, I think people are debating, I haven't Googled this lately, if it's a pumpkin or part of the squash family. I don't know.
What do you think?
I think squash, because it's orange doesn't mean it has to be a pumpkin.
Yeah.
It's like the tomato, it's a fruit. Some people's minds are being blown right now, but it's a fruit. You can make tomato marmalade.
How much of it is this? Like, did you weigh it, or is it just on do you eyeball it?
That's 500 grams.
Okay.
Yeah, that's also mostly I would eyeball it, but I had to go deep inside myself and find out how I cook to write this recipe.
So, when did we first meet, Riker? Do you remember?
I feel like it must be a Gamescom or something. Either Gamescom, but first meet. It could also have been in a maze.
Yeah.
Right?
But like,
were you at this one that was not at Urban Spray but in Neukölln?
I don't remember I was at the first one in 2012.
I think I missed the first one, and then I was maybe the first two ones, but then I've been at every single one ever since.
Yeah. So yeah, 2012 was the first one, and I was there, and then I don't remember where it went after. So in 2013, it wasn't at Urban Spray yet, right? But yeah.
First
Yeah,
time
but
I went, it was at Orangebury, and then the second time it was at Neukölln, and then
okay.
back.
Right. Yes. Okay. Then the 2013 was already in Urban Spray, and but Gamescom maybe, because I remember going
Yeah.
to Gamescom a little bit early before that maybe.
Yeah.
Actually maybe I remember you were working on Machineers.
Yes, but that's like half of my professional life. I've been working on Machineers.
Yeah, but like when you started on it quite early, I guess. So when did you start?
Right.
Machineers?
Yeah, that was around 2012, I think, or like maybe even 2011. As part of my master thesis. Oh no, we're burning the onion. That's fine. It's fine. Giving it that extra spice. But I, with my headphones on, I hear this, and apparently you need your ears to cooking too. It's fine. It's fine. Also, we're going to give it to my students, so. More oil helps things burn less.
You added the mince.
Say again?
You've added the mince.
Oh, I have added the mince just now. It's not like I said that. It's just said it in my head, but I've added the mince, and we're trying to brown the mince now. Also, should I introduce the person who's
Yes,
doing all this lovely camera work for me?
Yes.
It's the love of my life, Shukya, who can, I don't know, poke his head into the camera if you want to.
Hi.
I don't know if he's, are you visible?
I don't know.
She says hi.
Hi. Good to see you. Thank you for doing the camera work.
Lode says thank you. Yeah, it's like a real professional production. I'm glad this is happening. I can just focus a lot more on cooking. Although it's a bit like, which camera am I gonna look into? And also, which camera is showing live right now? I have no idea. It's gonna be a little awkward. It's okay. I'm just gonna look into the pot.
How are the onions?
They're good. They're good. The mince is like kind of browning slowly. It's nice. Oh, you know what I should do? I should boil some water so that I can dissolve one of these, what's it called? Broth bouillon cubes. Rice is such a nice thing to cook because it just cooks itself. You can stir, but you really don't have to.
My rice cooking is a little bit like sometimes I burn it.
Oh no.
Sometimes not. So on a good day it's okay. On a not so good day it's not okay. So how is your level of rice cooking?
I don't think I've burned rice. I set a timer, and then usually the water is gone, or if it's not, then I'll wait a little bit.
Yeah.
Or pour it out. And also, these pots are coated, so it's not supposed to burn. Although, you know,
yeah,
sometimes rice doesn't care. But
okay, so we've got the onions and the garlic in the pan, and we've got the rice cooking, and we chopped the butternut, right?
I'm also gonna, so that's why I'm boiling the water so that I can dissolve that broth. Because when that mince is done, I'm gonna throw in the vegetables and then basically, you didn't say boil in that.
Simmer
and soften it so it becomes edible. Let me just chop up the other stuff as well.
Do you
I'm
think?
gonna do the extra stuff. Yeah?
Do you think your family is watching on YouTube? Can they say hi on the YouTube chat?
So I think a lot of them are watching, but I think they're watching it on the stream and they're not quite sure how to get from the stream to the YouTube. And then I don't know if they have, accounts. My brother can. And some other people might be able to do that as well. I don't know if they're willing though. But yeah, if my family is there, can they identify themselves?
Yes, and they can say it on a thing, and we can actually share it with you if they're doing on the chat, like if they chat on the YouTube chat, basically.
Yes. If you're watching me right now, I can imagine my brother's doing that. I told my mom and I told my dad, who were also the only two people that I had proper birthday phone calls with today. Because I don't know, it's like overwhelming. All of a sudden, Facebook feed explodes and stuff, and I'm just like turning my phone off and like, I'll get to that later. Yeah, so I just like adding a carrot and a potato for variety, so that sometimes you buy something that tastes like slightly different, but still kind of in the family of this. So that's the optional components, whatever you got. I also, in the recipe, I said you can use a pepper, the yellow one, because the color matters. You know how different peppers, black gummy bears, taste slightly differently. And this color scheme, it's a harvest bowl style thing. My brother, if he's watching, he's probably looking at my chopping technique and he's like, if you could tell me off, you would turn me into Riker Ramsey, aka the Hulk.
It's not a really a large knife, right? It's
no, just a regular small, sharp kitchen knife.
Okay, Sabrina and Marius are cooking along and posting their progress on Twitter.
Oh my god, that's so cool. Awesome. 2 people are cooking along.
Yeah, and Marius also says happy birthday.
Oh, thank you, Marius.
And Naomi says happy birthday, and Grow Motion 3D, and Juan, and Frank Zippy, and Nico N. So everyone in the chat is celebrating with you.
Yay, thank you so much. That's so cool. All right. Vegetables chopped.
And Eric Prince is saying that you're doing an awesome job, especially with the chopping.
Thank you, Eric. That's nice. You promised he would.
And Kieran James Reed says, some of your colleagues are here. We want to know if you will invite us over to try the dish after lockdown.
After lockdown, absolutely. Oh man, that's such a dream for us. For in Johannesburg, in South Africa, it's, how do we say, hella hectic. We have a lot of new infections every day. They just banned alcohol again, so I only have like a quarter bottle of rosé left, and I've over the last 4 months had that maybe like 3 bottles of rosé or something like that, because it's just constantly banned. And no cigarettes, and we're all like, and no seeing anyone basically, because it's all too risky. And the idea that, oh my god, we can have a dinner party. So that's actually what this is. We're having a dinner party almost. At least also everyone was cooking again, and all my friends are coming over to my apartment for my birthday. It's really nice.
Yeah, we're all in your apartment now watching you cook, which is super nice. Yeah.
Yes, indeed.
What's happening now?
Now I'm just adding the vegetables to the pan. And I forgot to melt my broth cube, but that's happening now. Kind of mixing that stuff, but I'm just waiting for that broth to be cube rough cube, something English. Especially when you're cooking, you're always thinking in your mother tongue. I think. No one really knows all these fancy words for all this equipment. We used to have these parties with my fellow students when we were studying game design at the IT University of Copenhagen, and we would always have international dinner parties, and everybody would cook something from their region, and people would also really try hard to make something vegetarian, so that the three vegetarians, or how many, it's just me, I don't know, could also have something, and yeah, big parties, it was really cool. And asking us all kinds of questions about each other's cultures and myths, like, do you really eat rotten shark in Iceland? I don't know, a lot of the Scandinavian countries do something with like poisonous, buried, rotten something. So I added rock, as you probably can hear. Right, but that's not enough liquid. We were trying to get it like almost covered. So I'm also, I think, gonna already add some of that coconut milk.
Can we get a zoom in on the
On the pan?
Yeah, on the pan?
Yeah, let's look at the pan.
Kristen Gutmann-Dottir. Sorry, I pronounced it, but she is in the chat. Hello.
Hi, Kristen. Gutmann-Dottir, if I am getting that right. I think that's how I say it. No. Awesome to hear from you, Kristen. No, because you said Kirsten, and I know another Kirsten. I think the wrong name got stuck in my mouth.
Yeah, sorry, Kristen. And also, yeah, her last name. Sorry. She says some people do actually eat rotten shark in Iceland with a winky face.
See, thanks for clearing that up. It's not just myths and stuff that I'm telling you.
And Kristen also says that 2014 is probably where we met.
Yeah. Wow. Thanks for keeping track for us.
Yes. Thanks, Kristen.
Yeah, like when our brains are just not working at all,
We miss you, Kristen. Yeah.
Miss you very much.
So yeah, Riker, you're originally from Germany, is that right?
Yes.
Yes.
10 years ago is when I left, never to come back. Oh God. My family does not like hearing that. They're all like, no, she must come back eventually. It's the nicest place to be.
And then you studied in Denmark at the ITU?
That's right. Yeah. I did a bachelor's in computer science. They call it international media computing, I think, but it was because we did a semester abroad and because we programmed stuff like image compression algorithms and how Photoshop works and stuff like that. And then I worked for a while, and then I went to I was like running this motion capture studio at like some department of the university where I did my bachelor's. And then I went to Denmark to study my master's in game design. And yeah, that's where my career in games really started, I would say.
Yeah, because Machineers was your project that you did over there, right? Is that correct?
Yeah, it was my master thesis project. I teamed up with Giuseppe and Niels, and we 3 people together made like this prototype with this game that's teaching kids programming with this puzzle mechanic where you basically it's a bit like the Rubin Goldberg machine where you try to make some reactions happening, but more like you're turning on machines that are broken and try to put gears back together. And ended up launching that, I think 4 years or something it was in development, and then we ended up launching that on Steam and on Google Play Store and on the App Store and on Windows Store for the Windows apps things. Don't ever do that. That's a horrible idea.
Yeah.
And made a second episode as well. It was supposed to be this 5-episode kind of game. And yeah, it just didn't really make a lot of money as games do nowadays. It's probably true for a lot of us. Yeah. Yeah, and in order to do that, I started a company called Lode. And we had so many different people over the years and on different projects as well. So after I was kind of finished with Machiniers, I started working on a new game called To Be a Whale. And I was working with a South African, Richard Baxter, known as Raxter. And I built this thing where you're playing a whale that you have to program how that whale moves around. I never got good at the pitching phase, I think, for this game. It never really took off. But yeah, you're just typing in commands like tail up, tail down, body left, body right, and then you can program just, going forward, or you can program it to turn southwest or raise or go to a different depth, and you can do tricks and splash around in the water. And I think the idea is really cool, but running a business is really hard. I think that's kind of what got me stuck there. I really like making games, but when you're running a company, you don't actually have a lot of time to make games. You're just organizing stuff all the time, lots of emails and meetings. No. Okay, I think I need should I keep track of this or should I wing this? Should be probably boiling for around 15 minutes, I think. How are we on time anyway?
There's still 20 minutes.
Okay, cool.
Left.
Let me check with Google how much is left on the rice. Hey Google, how many minutes are left on my timer?
There's 13 minutes and 15 seconds to go.
Wow.
Well, it's got to be a bit of a last-minute scenario of putting everything together and presenting it, but
that's how it is. That's cool.
yeah, it's part of the process.
So you've got the rice going, you've got the onions and garlic and broth and butternut all in the same pan. Is there something else added? I didn't look at the recipe anymore after putting it on the schedule. So
no worries. I actually the most important thing to still put in is the blue cheese. That's
right.
That's the last major ingredient that's missing, but I'm putting that in at the end, so it doesn't. I could probably put it now, but it's fine. I'm also realizing I said that we need 2 cups of broth. Looking at this now, I don't think I'm going to need maybe another half cup later if enough liquid evaporates, but
so in total,
right now it looks fine.
So in total, you would have 1.5 cup of broth then?
Maybe. We'll see. I can only tell you at the end.
Okay.
I feel like
we're at 1 now, or?
Yes, 1 cup. 1 cup and like half a can of coconut milk. That's the liquid in there. And then basically the last things needed for this is just the spices, and I'm gonna chop a little pepperdew and some parsley for flavor. Let's do that now. Pepperdew is also, I think, have you heard of pepperdew?
Yes.
Yes, okay. Because I haven't before I came here, and I was like, what is this thing?
Can you show it a little bit up close?
I don't know if it's
for the people in
sharp. So it's just, this one has been hacked to pieces, so you don't really, but I think they're like about this size.
What do they taste like?
They mainly sweet, I would say. Maybe, are they a little spicy? I think you can get them spicy, but these are not spicy. Only, yeah, sweet, peppery. Makes sense.
So this is a fusion dish, you said, between South Africa.
South African and whatever is going on in my brain.
And which is brain stemming from German background, then moving to Denmark, meeting loads of different international friends, and then moving to South Africa, right?
Probably, yeah, something like that. It's also like ex-boyfriend's criticism of cooking, you know, that's kind of flow into, oh God, I gotta be more creative. Until now, I don't know how to do recipe anymore, basically. I'm just like, oh, I don't know, ingredients. I would write ingredients normally, or like recipes, exactly the same way as that cookbook you described in the beginning of the stream, where it just says, you know, potatoes. How many? Well, it depends. How many do you want to eat?
If it was me, I'm like a super potato fan, so there's never enough potatoes for me. But yeah.
Right, potatoes are very underrated.
You can do so many things with them.
You
It's
can fry
amazing.
them.
You can bake
boil them.
Oil
You can mash them.
Oh my
You can
God,
mash
so
them,
many things.
and then you can put cheese on top of them and give them a crust.
That's not what we're making today. We're making a butternut. I forgot the rest.
Butternut blue cheese brown rice bowl.
Right, that's what we're doing.
It's a tongue breaker. And everybody. And faster. The butternut blue cheese brown rice bowl. Butternut blue cheese.
Oh no, I can't. Butternut. I'm stuck with the butternut and then nothing. Bowl, butternut, bowl. Right, somewhere.
It's fine.
Right, and then some cheese somewhere.
Oh. I'm wondering if my brother is watching and if he's criticizing my chopping technique. You're supposed to hold the stuff so that you don't accidentally cut yourself. And I think I only ever accidentally cut my nails. I've never cut my fingers.
Well, we'll tag it with a cooking show, and then we'll see the comments, what will happen on YouTube. Thorsten says, all the best to Joburg, and happy birthday.
Thank you, Thorsten. Yeah, it was so cool seeing him on at the space, the Amaze space. It's quite wild to be able to go to a virtual convention, and then the layout looks a lot like it would have looked if it had been happening. You know, it feels very like you're in a Berlin dream.
Yeah, did you get to watch a few things or stay in the space for a bit?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's nicer to watch stuff on the screen, but I've hung around there a couple of times. I was in the space when it, like, after that was Thorsten's opening speech, and then I went last night to after Yukio's set, and then we heard Nilo's set basically, and tried to get on the roof, because that's what you do in the Amaze space.
Yes.
Yeah, try to get to the roof. Took a while, but I got there. Yeah, and then I don't know. It was, yeah.
Wait, what are you chopping?
Oh, that was parsley.
Okay.
The green stuff. Chopped some parsley. And also for people to see, I put my finger on the knife and then I do this. And
so you have the pepper dew and some parsley over there.
Yep.
Okay.
See, I think this could actually use a little bit more liquid. I am so excited to see what the other people, Maris and Sabrina and whoever is cooking along, what they're doing, and seeing those pictures. Awesome. I didn't think people would actually do it.
No, I'm so happy that people actually are doing it. I'm hoping to continue with it like after Amaze is over and have like a year-long cooking thing, but for Amaze. But let's see.
I would be cool making. I think doing this as a regular thing. It's nice, you know, having you in my ear and chatting to you and talking about video games and making food. It's very almost like as if, you know, the world was normal-ish. And I just
Yeah, I mean, without it, I would have never gone into your home like I am now,
Right?
talking to you. And I mean, yeah, I wouldn't be able to fly to Joburg,
Yeah,
but this works.
yeah, that's okay. It's okay. Right, I am making a second bowl because the liquid is disappearing.
What did you make the broth from again?
So I'm using garden vegetable flavor cubes.
Uh-huh.
So it's strict vegetarian. And these particular ones make, actually no, I used the green, different taste, same thing. Green pepper and onion flavor cubes because they're the light colored ones. And for some reason I make a difference between what color the broth is, although I don't think it really matters. I think you can use anything that's like veggie broth.
Tuni Sang Mashiru says also happy birthday.
Thank you. That's nice. Feeling very loved.
And Jörg Reisig as well, and Violet as well. So yes, all the people.
Yay! That's nice.
I can't see the amaze space, but I'm thinking flamingos are dancing as well to your cooking birthday.
Yeah, of course they are. Flamingo dance party. Who is the entertainment tonight after the award show? This is another party, right?
Yes. Let's see. So let's see. Pablo made something in Dreams earlier today, and then Bogdan Vera is going to do some algorithmic music performance using Dreams. So that's going to be cool. And then we got Das and Ixas.
Okay, nice. It's really cool seeing the Finnish or Nordic team yesterday.
Yeah.
I think especially Yukio said, it took me back. Took me back.
Yeah.
I am adding sriracha.
Uh-huh.
Until I've researched this recipe, I've always said sriracha.
Uh-huh.
That's sriracha. I'm just learning that now.
Okay.
I like that more than chili powder, but chili powder works well. Basically anything that makes things spicy. But this one also adds a little bit of color. Yeah.
Thank you, Tikia, for reminding us that we're cooking.
Yes, thank you for the reminder.
Yeah. I was just told that yes, there's people watching. Claudia was telling us that people are watching on the stream in the space. So that's really nice.
Hi to the space, the amazing space.
Yes.
Hope you're having fun down there. And also, the people who built this, congratulations. It's so cool. I'm so happy. I'm basically seeing it grow over more events in the future. And yeah, it's really awesome. I just want to be able to talk to people with voice chat when I get close to them and see their face. If you just, these tiny features, if you could just implement them.
Yeah. Yeah,
I saw that. Yeah, they didn't get much sleep.
Mosh worked on it. Ramses Original is also working on it, and then Luca is working on it, and then Nomi for the graphics and stuff, and Christian for the exhibition. So
Yes.
So quite a feat that they pulled off.
Right? It's amazing. It's so weird. Like whenever you go to Amaze, you gotta say that's so amazing. It's so amazing, and you always catch yourself being like, "Oh, what a weird pun," but you just want to keep saying it's so amazing to be here, to be part of this.
Yeah, it's really lovely. So, what are you up to at the moment in South Africa, in Joburg?
I'm mainly teaching game design at the University of the Witwatersrand.
Mm-hmm.
And now, we're just doing all of that online, and working from home a lot and doing a lot of video lectures. It's a busy semester. I have 2 courses with over 70 people in each of them.
Okay, wow.
And one, we're teaching programming and game design with a practical approach, and the other one, game studies, is about theory and about analyzing games and trying to look at theoretically, like, why is this game so fun and feels so good, and what are the components, what are games made of, what is their secret recipe. It's a bit like studying cookbooks and cooking.
Right.
Stop. The rest is done.
The screen showed some fire, so that's nice.
So fire? There
Yeah,
was fire?
No, the digital fire was showing.
Oh, I thought was my stove on fire and I didn't notice?
Yeah, that would be weird. Interesting.
Could have happened.
How is the rice going? Show us.
The blue cheese.
The rice is going well. Sorry, I have to show the blue cheese.
You didn't mention that you put.
I didn't mention that I put in the blue cheese because.
Oh, you already did it?
Chatting. Yes.
Okay.
Sorry. I put half of this pack in, but if you really like the blue cheese flavor, I think you can put all of it in.
So there's 7 more minutes for us on the stream.
How many more?
7 minutes. Will you make it?
I don't know. I think the question is is the butternut edible? But I think it is. I'm gonna need a real fork. I'm using plastic forks right now. Disappear. You can see, but like in 7 minutes, whatever is happening in this on the stove here should be finished. But this, just poking it in, and if it feels nice, it's a weird way to, what is feeling nice, but it doesn't feel raw anymore.
We all know.
And it's not there yet. It's not there yet. I'm also kind of like, should I put more liquid to make sure it boils nice?
Henrike, they're asking. Can you hear me?
Yes, go ahead.
They're asking, what is the name of the cheese?
This one's called Blue Rock, full fat, semi-soft blue mold cheese from Checkers.
That's a mouthful.
Yeah, but I think I would do this with gorgonzola or with pretty much any blue cheese. I don't really. I think this is a fairly cheap one because I make a lot of I like putting blue cheese in everything, like creamed spinach and like a gnocchi sauce with gorgonzola. I like maybe even put it on pizza or something like that. I'm gonna add more coconut milk. If you want to make this dish less fatty, I think you could probably rather use like water or like broth, depending on the flavor. So it's probably a good time to like just check the flavor. Is it salty enough?
Nomi approves of the cover art. She says cool cover art. And then Chat Toprak says happy birthday, love from Melbourne. And and Eric Prince says the courses are too much. Riker and the other staff do amazing work.
Yes. It's good. We've got a good team. It's weird because we can't see each other as much. We have to just grow together socially in a different way. Like we're just having a lot of these meetings, just hearing each other's voices, and it's there's a lot of support. I think we're like in this together. Gonna teach these kids if they want it or not. Okay, right. I need to put the chopped stuff in as well, I think now, because the time is really ticking now.
Yes, 4 more minutes.
Oh my goodness. Okay, so added the chopped parsley and pepper dew. Mix. It's already starting to look very nice. I think if you have a pan that you can put a lid on, that would have made the whole process easier.
You didn't cook the butternut first, right? You just put it in there
No,
raw.
it was raw. It was raw. That's why the smaller the bites are, the better it is, because then it won't take that long. But they're ish like potatoes, so that's why I cook them with potato. When the potato is done, the butternut is done. And it also depends. Like you might want to have it really, really, really soft, so that you basically will fall apart. You'll barely be able to tell if you bit into the butternut or not. Or you want it to be a little bit more resistant. For the potato, it needs to be properly boiled. If the potato is not properly boiled, it's not going to.
So 2 more minutes. Are you gonna plate it, or
Say again?
are you gonna plate it? So to show.
Yes, I am. 2 minutes. I can do this. And if it's not completely cooked, that's the students are just gonna have to live with that.
We won't know. You can just say it's delicious.
All right, so the rice goes in.
The main room in the space is having jumping watermelons and fire. So
Nice.
Amaze Space is going for it. Go Amaze Space! You're rocking it.
Yay! It's almost like sports competition thing now. Also, like mixing things, it's not easy. If you're doing it, it's too stressed. Things are gonna go over the side of the pan.
1 minute.
No, I think we're good. I think this is well mixed.
I'm so excited.
See, this is okay. It's not going to be the prettiest. And done.
Whoa! Awesome! Congratulations! It looks good.
Thank you.
Delicious. How does it smell?
It smells very good. What do you think? How does it smell?
It's good. It's good. It's good.
Very cheesy.
Bit sweet. Bit cheesy, yeah. It's like it definitely has that sweet flavor.
Excellent. Well,
Taste.
yes.
I can't talk anymore, but this is good. I'm happy. I'm happy.
Yes.
We did it.
Yes, we did it. Well done, Riker, all the way from Joburg for Amaze. Thank you so much for joining in on the live cooking show and being excited about it, and then sharing your dish with the world, with Amaze. We're going to look on Twitter also what other people have made. Do you have any last words?
I'm just excited to see what everybody else made. I hope everyone stays safe and sane in the pandemic. And yeah, it was awesome hanging out with all of you. Thank you all for tuning in and watching me cook and rant and ramble. It was fun.
Awesome. It was fun. Thank you so much, Riker and Jukia. Love from here. And